손흥민의 2025 시즌은 끝이 났지만 아직 미국 MLS는 최종 우승팀을 결정하는 마지막 결승전을 남겨두고 있습니다. 바로 메시가 이끄는 인터 마이애미와 뮬러가 이끄는 밴쿠버 화이트캡스의 대진이죠. 메시와 마이애미의 상대팀이 밴쿠버가 아닌 손흥민과 LAFC였다면 정말 대박이었겠지만 아쉽게도 이 둘의 맞대결은 내년 2월에 2026 MLS 개막전까지 밀려버렸습니다. 이런 상황에 LAFC는 이번 시즌을 돌아보고 다음 시즌에 대한 예상까지 하고 있었는데요. 놀랍게도 손흥민이 다음 시즌에 새로운 선수를 영입하는 일에도 적극적으로 관여해 주기를 구단 관계자들이 강력하게 원하고 있었습니다. 메시가 자신의 인맥을 이용해서 과거 바르셀로나 출신의 선수들을 다 모은 것처럼 손흥민도 토트넘 시절의 인맥들을 활용해서 프리미어리그 수준의 선수들을 LAFC로 데려와서 우승을 노리기를 바란다는 게 느껴졌거든요. 이렇게 되면 진짜 리버풀전 때 맞춰서 토트넘을 방문한다는 손흥민의 계획 너머에 단순한 작별 인사 말고도 진짜 스카우터처럼 선수를 영입하려는 플랜이 있지 않을까. 네, 그런 묘한 기대까지 가지게 되는데요. 관계자들의 다음 시즌 예상을 함께 들어보시죠.
Yeah, look, the season is over. A great game. If you're a neutral, it was an amazing game. I heard people talking about how it was the best game of the year so far. Of course, few games left in the playoffs as well. But 2-2, the only team who didn't advance that actually scored in the conference semifinals was LAFC. All the other games ended up in shutout victories for the winners. But the black and gold fought back, and they fought back hard. We'll talk a little bit about that, of course. And we'll take a look at the 2025 season as a whole. Maybe even take a peek at 2026 here on this episode. So a lot to get to, Mario. It was a thrilling game. Didn't start out that way, certainly. A tale of two halves is what I wrote down in my notes afterwards. You know, obviously, Vancouver came out flying. LAFC was trying to just ease into the game. Went pretty well that way defensively for quite a bit of the first half, actually. And Vancouver had a few little half chances, but weren't really dangerous with all the possession they had. But then late in the half, couple of key plays really for Vancouver, and they, to their credit, they capitalized. And at the end of the first half, with LAFC not getting a shot on goal, we're trailing 2-0. But then Steve Cherundolo made a few changes at half, made a few little tactical moves, certainly made a difference. LAFC were on the front foot really the rest of the match. To me, they handled Vancouver the rest of the way. There wasn't much that Vancouver did, Mario, that I thought was terribly dangerous after the first half, frankly. Now, they're holding a 2-0 lead, to be fair, as well. So they're not necessarily trying to press every minute. But Mario, Son Heung-min, obviously we've talked all about that, gets the first goal in the 60th. But then in the 90+5, this is the goal you heard on 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app. Here it is, the call, my call from Son's goal to tie it up late.
The right foot, curler, he's done it! Son Heung-min has done it! He scores the curling free kick! It's 2-2! Oh!
Did you think we were winning right then, Mario?
Of course, yeah, definitely. Yep. I remember when he stepped up to that free kick, he stepped up to tie the game there, and there was no doubt in my mind that he was going to score that. This is exactly what the fans paid their money for, and this is what Sonny does. He is blockbuster every single time, and he is just straight entertainment, you know, and it's just that's part of his promise, I think, because at the beginning of the year, when he first got here to LAFC, at the beginning of his tenure here with LAFC, he was saying that he wants to repay the fans. And there's no better way to repay the fans than with excitement and with wins and with trophies. Now, that is still yet to come. The winning and all the trophies are still yet to come, but the future is definitely bright with Son Heung-min coming back and a lot of the core coming back. So the future is bright there. But yeah, definitely, you know, that is exactly what MLS wants. That is what the fans want. And that's why he is straight entertainment. And that's why we're so pumped for next season to get a full season of Sonny.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. It's going to be awesome. No doubt about that. And he is entertainment. That's what, as you say, and that's the business we're in too. People forget that,
Exactly.
you know, we're in the entertainment business, not the soccer
More than
business.
anything, we are in the entertainment business. And especially when guys like you and I, we work in this, we realize that even more as we realize, you know, all the effort, all the work, all the preparation that goes into each and every night at a stadium or in a broadcast. This is entertainment. And this is what he brings. And this is why he's such an important player, not only for LAFC, for the league, for MLS, and for the sport. Guys like Messi and him, this is why they get paid the big, big bucks. Thanks to the willpower of Son Heung-min. I mean, even on that first goal, that ball was going to get in somehow, some way. If it was ricocheting all over his body, he was going to get that ball in, and that's exactly what happened. So, led by Son Heung-min and his willpower.
Certainly, the first goal from Son Heung-min, you know, and just his obviously just coming into the club the way he did late in the season and kind of revitalizing what is a long season. You know, it gives you just more of a refocus, so to speak, and you know that kind of talent is going to be joining you for the last, you know, the stretch run, and that's just amazing, no doubt.
It was a lift for sure. That's the best way to put it. Yeah. My number one thing right up the top is looking forward to a full year with Son Heung-min. I know Steve Cherundolo probably would have loved to have a full year with Son Heung-min because, you know, you can only think about how much higher LAFC would have finished in the Western Conference standings. And we know how important home field advantage is in the playoffs. So a full year with Son Heung-min, and like we were talking about earlier, like Ryan Hollingshead was talking about, a nice, good, solid core that is coming back. We've never had such a strong core with two superstars like Denis and Son leading the way. So that's going to be, you know, that's going to be exciting. Just to add a couple more pieces to that core is something to really, really look forward to.
Yeah, I don't disagree. One of the things I actually look forward to as well is a new manager. And because, you know, Steve had said he's leaving, he on his own terms, you know, and I'm looking forward to just the fact that after a few seasons, right, people, you know, defenders from other clubs, they start to get used to how you're playing. It makes it a little tougher. You got to tweak all the. Now we'll have some new ideas, you know, and just see how that plays out, because LAFC certainly has the talent. We know that. We saw it when Bob Bradley left, you know, and then Steve comes in, wins the cup right away the first season, you know, and just how dangerous and deadly we were that season, and how well that went, you know. And I'm looking forward to that. I really am. I think it's just going to be, you know, any kind of like new ideas and stuff, it always can revitalize you potentially.
I think another solid finisher is something that LAFC will need. And I think a top class midfielder with a lot of experience that could come in, that would be a game changer for LAFC next season. And who knows? I mean, I think Sonny probably knows his power that he has as far as like maybe persuading people to come, some of his former teammates, some of his friends to maybe come to LAFC. We've seen Messi do stuff like that. Messi knows he can't do it all on his own. He needs to bring in some of his guys and do his recruiting as well. Maybe we see Sonny do some of that as well. So that would be awesome to see. But yeah, anything that helps out this core to get better and put them on the next level is something that I'm looking forward to.
I love that.